Chapter 8: The School Video Dilemma. The next week at school, a fresh wave of excitement rippled through Mina's classroom, pulling her back into the social currents, though she now stood on slightly firmer ground. "All right, class," Mrs. Henderson, their art teacher, announced, her voice cheerful, tapping a bright orange marker against the whiteboard. "For our big end-of-year art project, you'll be working in groups. Your task is to make a viral video together, something truly creative and unique. I want to see your originality. Remember, this will be the last time you will do a project in 6th grade, so make it special." She clapped her hands together. "Show us what your imaginations can do." Mina's heart gave a little flutter. A video project. This was her element, her comfort zone, or at least it used to be. Technical side still thrilled her. She immediately gravitated towards her usual friends, Lily and Sam, drawn by habit and the promise of a successful group project. They were known for their playful energy and always seemed to have a head full of ideas for silly, fun creations. "Oh my gosh, a video!" Lily squealed, her eyes gleaming with mischief as she pulled out a sketchbook. "This is perfect. Let's make it totally over the top. We need really wild, fake props. The crazier the better. Anyone got any great ideas? I want to do monsters or vampires or something." Sam jumped up and down, practically bouncing off the walls, her energy infectious. "Yes. And fake clothes. Like costumes we just throw together and make look super funny. We can call it the Bake-Off Catastrophe." Their enthusiasm was contagious, and soon the three of them were huddled together at a messy table, brainstorming a whirlwind of ridiculous ideas. They decided to create a comedy sketch about clumsy monsters trying to bake a cake. Lily quickly sketched giant goofy monsters with huge eyes and floppy arms, detailing their clumsy movements in little cartoon strips. Sam, meanwhile, began cutting out oversized paper stars to stick everywhere, pretending they were edible decorations, laughing as she glued them unevenly onto a paper chef's hat. They even started painting a brightly colored fake forest on a large sheet of butcher paper to use as a background for their scene, splashing garish colors everywhere. Mina joined in, trying her best to match their energetic pace, forcing a lightness she didn't quite feel. She held the paper steady while Lily smeared bright green paint to create a fake, wobbly tree. Sam, who had drifted over to offer suggestions, handed her a ridiculous, brightly patterned hat, shaped like a giant cupcake with an enormous cherry on top. "Here, Mina, put this on. You'll be the chief monster baker. You have to wear it all wobbly. Ha ha ha." Mina hesitated for a second, the hat feeling heavy and ridiculous in her hands. The hat was definitely not her usual style. It was loud and silly, exactly the kind of thing she used to wear just to fit in, a costume for acceptance. She forced a smile and placed it on her head, trying to be a good sport, instantly feeling the old pressure to fit in. Yet, despite the laughter and the creative chaos around her, her heart felt strangely quiet, almost heavy, an offbeat note in the happy chaos. As she worked, holding up painted backdrops and trying to look excited, Mina could not help but think of her powerful dream from a few nights ago. She remembered the real, majestic dragons soaring with effortless grace through the boundless sky, and she looked down at the paper monsters, flat, static, and silly. She recalled the real, twinkling stars, vast and infinite, and the feeling of warmth and connection when she saw the beautiful, authentic hanbok her ancestors wore, a garment of genuine artistry. She thought about the kimchi, the taste of something genuinely, wonderfully new from her own heritage. This video project, with its painted backdrops and silly, quickly made props, felt so much like her old magic tricks, the ones where she relied on camera edits and deception. Felt like a big, fake show, something put together just for laughs, without any real heart or meaning, designed only for a fleeting, shallow reaction. Mina looked over at Lily and Sam. They were completely in their element, their faces lit up with genuine enjoyment as they giggled over a crooked monster drawing. They were being their authentic, silly selves, which made Mina's performance of silliness feel even more fake. But Mina felt a growing sadness settle within her. "Am I being fake again?" she wondered, a small frown touching her lips beneath the brim of the cupcake hat. I said I wanted to be real now, genuinely myself. The uncomfortable feeling of the eclipse, of her own light being shadowed by her efforts to fit in, came back to her like a cold wave. She wanted to feel the pride she had glimpsed in the mirror, not this quiet disappointment. She felt like she was still wearing a mask, even if it was a funny cupcake hat. The thoughts quickly rushed through her mind and went in one ear and out the other. She suddenly remembered a conversation with her mom about how sometimes being a good friend meant always being present. She realized that overthinking sometimes may take the fun away from living in the moment. So, with a conscious decision to just let go and be, she burst out into a funny dance, shuffling her feet and pretending to trip, and really got into the monster character using a goofy, high-pitched voice. They took turns holding the camera and filming each other, making silly voices and hand movements. "This is just fun," she allowed herself to think. "It doesn't define me. I can be silly and serious. I can be authentic and wear a cupcake hat." Her identity, who she really was, didn't need to be understood today or tomorrow. She had plenty of time to figure that out as she got older. For now, she figured she would just try to enjoy the moments that were before her and not let overthinking steal her joy. The internal shadow was still there, but it no longer paralyzed her. "You are a natural, Mina. So much potential. You were born to be a star," Lily said, beaming with joy.